And after high school, she plans to attend UFK on a full-ride volleyball scholarship to pursue a degree in nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Carly Purdy. And our last senior tonight, to the floor, Kylie Tilford. Kylie is the daughter of Travis and Anna Tilford. While maintaining a 3.96 GPA, she has been involved in volleyball, softball, basketball, and track, along with student council and National Honor Society over her high school years. She has also represented her junior and senior years as class president. Ladies and gentlemen, Kylie Tilford. Bulldog Country, let's hear it for our volleyball Bulldog seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, while senior night is one of the most special nights here in Bulldog Country, we do have one more special award for this evening. During her senior season, North Platte's very own Kylie Purdy has recorded her 1,000th kill of her career. Ladies and gentlemen, Kylie Purdy. Congratulations to Carly on this amazing accomplishment, and good luck tonight to the Lady Dogs. Now, let's get this doghouse a-rockin'.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
A community is connections. We're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. Go to allofibers.com/ACP to learn more.
FM 98.1 and 1410 AM for North Platte High Volleyball on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM and video live stream at northplattepost.com. Bulldog Volleyball, brought to you in part by Shelter Insurance, the Shelter Boys, Pete Bowles and Brent Rogo, Dave's Place and CT Troubleshooters, another round in River's Edge Golf Course, Premier Toyota, and Sand Hills State Bank. Today's game also brought to you in part by Larry's Glass, the D&N Event Center, Great Plains Health, Great Plains Home Care, Larry's RV, Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, and the North Platte Public Schools. Now let's take you to the gym with play-by-play voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome everybody here to the Doghouse. It is senior night. That's right, the seniors sadly must be departing here in the near future. It feels like time's just flying by. Scott Carlson and his new TikTok craze with his new, very most super popular video, just finished up his filming
the
as
stomp,
well.
Man, it's called the stomp
the
now.
Stomp now. That is his most popular. Going to get on your T-shirt that you're demanding from TikTok?
Yeah, I'm asking TikTok for a T-shirt. They are Chinese, so they might be take a while. If Wish has anything as an indicator, I'll expect it. I think they have the U.S.
His shirt might not be coming for a while, but it is the time. Time for some volley.
They send out a cake,
Really?
Yeah. Like a real cake.
Huh.
Like once you get 1 million followers, which I only have 800.
You're getting there slowly and steadily.
I just need 1,000.
There you go. But anyway, welcome to the Doghouse. Bulldogs taking on McCook High School. The Bison here today. The 6-18 Bison against the 7-22 North Platte Bulldogs here on senior night. Bulldogs coming in looking to finish off their season strong as they make their way closer and closer to district competition here in the coming weeks. The Bulldogs will be going on down. I forgot where they're playing essentially, but they'll be going down to some district qualifiers to see if they'll make it towards state. It's going to be taking on McCook, looking to continue to build off of their performances last week. They got 0-2'd in both games during the North Platte Invitational as well as on Tuesday. Looking to bounce back here against McCook High School, almost like community college here. A little bit of a rivalry between these two teams still, just a couple of miles. Is it 40 miles away, I assume, if I remember correctly?
Yeah,
so
60.
60, 40, yeah, close enough. Tomatoes out of
45 minutes, 30 when I'm driving.
Hey, Scott Carlson over here. Cops, where are you? Go arrest him right now.
Just wave at them. They just let you go.
But anyway, this is the quick stop pregame. Hey, we're going to take a short little break. When we come back, it is short time. And it is also time for our In the Groove player of the game provided by Midwest ATV. When we come back right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410 and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica house blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle gourmet slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Not sure where to find your students' grades? How about events or news about your student's school? Well, at North Platte Public Schools, we have an app for that. Downloading the app is free and easy. Simply visit your app store and search for North Platte School District. Once it's downloaded, you can adjust the settings to meet your needs. Next time you need to know what's on the lunch menu or review the school announcements, remember, we have an app for that. We are MPPS. Come grow with us.
Distinction is important. It helps you stand out from the rest. So why not establish yourself with exceptional personalization from Willow Creek Embroidery? Willow Creek Embroidery has moved to a new location with a bigger showroom and the same great service. No setup for new customers when ordering 12 or more apparel items. They can customize literally anything, and they are not just an embroidery shop. Promotional items, banners, cups, mugs, keychains, and even pens. Check out the new owner, Robert, and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys.
Swift Auto Center. You're listening to Bulldog Athletics with Swift Auto Center of North Platte on KWOQ North Platte, 1410 AM and FM 98.1.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse here on Senior Night. Paxton Gordon alongside Scott Carlson. Scott coming back from his little foray into state golf, I believe at Norfolk, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, way up in the northeastern Nebraska territory.
Scott, I haven't asked you this morning, but how was your little adventure?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was good. The Dogs had two medalists in Carson Morrison and Abby Jones, and finished 6th as a team. So it was a good state tournament, but the best part, not the best part, a good part of it is I got to do an interview with Carol Blood, Senator Carol Blood, who's a candidate for governor. And I had to drive those roads from here to Norfolk. And if anyone knows around, I took the Sandhills route. So you're winding up and down through all these roads. Horrible roads, though. So she mentioned one of her key campaign points was roads, and I told her, I just drove from North Platte to Norfolk. It's awful. And two of the highways I drove on were actually priorities of hers. So if that means anything to you, Highway 275 and Highway 30 is a priority, which we're intimate with here. Obviously, didn't drive that up to Norfolk. But it was good. Obviously, windy the second day, which kind of stunk.
Yeah, that did kind of stink. But again, overall good performance from the Bulldogs, finishing 6th in Class A. But it is now time for volleyball as we're quickly approaching qualifiers, or district qualifiers here for state play. The Bulldogs coming in at 7-22. It's been a roller coaster last couple of days to a week after head coach Clancy Hammond officially stepped down from the program. So we're getting a bunch of new faces here. Well, not much of new faces. Daniel Blake and then Jordan Frey out there coaching the team. Scott, we had a couple of games now with the new regime, and I have to say, if we're looking at it, game last week looked pretty similar. I want to say pretty similar. Looked much cleaner than the normal foray we see with the Bulldogs. Communication was a little more crispier, but really what stood out to me was overall defensively, the Bulldogs really kept it together, not allowing those sloppy mistakes that we've seen all season long really plague this team.
Yeah, we saw a lot of things that were kind of problems for the Bulldogs in the first few times we saw them that were cleaner. The communication was better. Balls that we, I think, saw hitting the floor before weren't. So, and again, I don't know what to attribute that to, but definitely an energetic team, more of an energetic team that played, the entire match, I thought.
That's the key part. Played through the entire match. Normally the Bulldogs sometimes struggle with. They really put up a strong effort in game number 1, but either games 2 or 3, if it's a 5-setter, really start to crumble away, and that's really the big takeaway from our time last week, as they kept it with them. But they'll be taking on another tough squad here in McCook, who are 6-18 on the year. It is time now for our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District offers 24 homemade different types of ice cream. They also offer the ice cream trailer for outdoor events. So, starting on the side of the McCook Lady Bisons, Ashlyn Randall and Bailey Favre, Olivia Mixner, Bailey Foster, Tori Hahn, J.C. Myers, Jay Rippin, Leah Spencer, Olivia Eschleman, Corey Rippin, Gracelyn Weimers, Rowan Weimers, and then Alexis Quint. And then, of course, for the home squad here, senior night for North Platte, it is the Bulldogs. Scott Carlson, take it away.
My goodness, I got the JV and varsity here together on the Bulldog roster, so I'll use my memory as best I can. Likely starters for the Bulldogs. You're going to see Kylie Tilford out there. Also Addison Euling, the sophomore. Tilford, by the way, is senior. Also, you'll see a lot of action today from Mickey Madison in the middle to senior as well. Obviously, senior night here at the Doghouse. Also, a lot of playing time we'll see from Carly Purdy, the big gun on the outside for the Bulldogs. Your setter, Trinity Vack, and we'll rotate with Miss Kaminsky. And I always want to, Abby. I always want to call her Chloe, who's her little sister. And I always want to, my brain always goes, and I know it's Abby. So I just slow down.
Slow down a bit there.
But there you go. There's your likely starting lineup. Your libero for the Bulldogs, by the way, is Miss Hampton.
Hallie Hamilton.
Harry Hamilton.
It's okay. You're getting back into it. But it's time now for the national anthem. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back here, we will give you the start of the game for the Bulldogs right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Business recognized where tens of thousands will see? The DNN Event Center is going digital. Become a valued sponsor of their nonprofit facility at gold, platinum, or diamond level and have your business appear on one of their new media screens today. The DNN is a locally owned nonprofit and the biggest event center in the western part of Nebraska, providing youth sports leagues for 3rd through 6th graders, able to host statewide sporting tournaments, space up to 70 pool tables, annual events, weddings, private celebrations, and very fundraiser friendly. The DNN Event Center.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Gateway Realty knows real estate, and we are ready to assist you whether you want to downsize or upsize to the home of your dreams. We will work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to meet your needs. Interest rates are still incredibly low. Why not take advantage of them now? Call Gateway Realty at 532-1810. Remember, Gateway Realty knows real estate.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Doghouse on Senior Night. Bulldogs looking to get some more victories and continue that upward trend of momentum towards the start of playoff action, specifically district action. Scott Carlson, I know we talked about this a while back ago, specifically during the Knights game, of the handing out of the mini volleyballs and how we were really hoping we got one. Well, they're handing out candies tonight, and I don't want to be that guy, but
I'd rather have that. Actually, what I want from the Knights is the popcorn ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Popcorn ball.
I love popcorn balls.
I mean,
I like popcorn squares better, but I'll do a ball.
You take a ball. I'll take a ball too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want some candy.
They got fistfuls of candy, and they're like the share size. They're not
the small bag
standard size. Yeah, this is amazing. I will give a shout out to the concession stand. I'm a Starburst fan.
Yeah.
They have the all red Starburst at the concession stand that are all reds. All the reds.
I love an all reds.
Like,
no
but you can't
offense,
find them.
well, you just don't. You got to go to Walgreens.
I don't.
You got to go to Walgreens.
No sick people go there.
Just
then you
put
have
a
to touch
mask
the
on.
door. No, I'm not wearing a mask.
It's an automatic door.
And I'm just joking. I'll go.
I was about to say,
I'll go.
God, it's a door. It's an automatic door.
Gas stations are easier.
I know. But Bulldogs taking on McCook. This game really not a real difference maker in terms of where everybody's going to be seated and who's going where. Basically, at this point in the year, you already have a strong understanding of where you're going to be playing. Bulldogs 7-22, McCook 6-18. Scott, we talked about earlier what we saw from the Bulldogs last week. Had another week to really sit on it and build on it. What do you think they need to do as part of our Owls Lock and Save keys to the game?
Sorry, man. There's too much going on. I tell you what, the Bulldogs they got a lot of energy. It's senior night, final home game. The Boneyard's full of elderly people dressed up as geriatrics tonight. So, man, use that energy to your advantage. And I tell you what, good things happen. We talk all the time about how much of a momentum game, how much of an energy game volleyball is, and you've seen it just shift so quick. So when you got a good crowd, you got the momentum of being the final home game for your seniors, something that you really got to take advantage of. And of course, you got to talk. Got to communicate when that energy's high, because your brain's doing a lot of things, and sometimes it's doing too many things and not saying I go or you go, and that's when you see the balls drop for easy points in the middle of 4 Bulldogs or 4 Bison, whoever you could go up to the U.S. national team. It happens. It happens there too. But obviously one of those things seems so easy to fix if someone just talks. So communicate, talk it up.
And again, last week it looked so clean. Those defensive lapses that we've seen where there's just been no real movement or as you would put it, any energy going towards it. With that, we've seen a couple of those balls fall apart. But last week, not really much as Bernie gets a piece of ice, piece of candy.
The daughter, she knows who pays.
It's not us. It's not us, unfortunately. But we are now about to get underway here. Bulldogs taking on the Bison here for the last home game of the year on senior night. Bulldogs looking to eke out a victory, continue that momentum forward towards district play. McCook trying to play spoiler here on the road for them. Bulldogs last week looking mighty strong and really in it all of that last game. But new day, new team,
right.
Always a new different opportunity. See how the Bulldogs look to handle it up against a strong McCook Bison squad out there on the court. Going to have a fun competition between these two teams, getting the start up in the middle. Kylie Brocious on the side of the Bulldogs. So a little bit of a taller front unit to start at the moment with Brocious, as well as Kylie Tilford. And also Brooklyn Errors getting the start today for Bulldogs senior night. So all the seniors will be out there to start today. Natural. Same thing happened on the softball side.
Looking at me.
No, he's not looking at
Bulldog
you.
terrifies.
He terrifies you?
Yes.
Of all the mascots, that's what terrifies you?
Most mascots do.
Okay.
Actually.
Clowns?
Scared of clowns.
Okay.
Scared of the dark.
Oh, no, I'm just enough for Halloween. Is that serve on over to Carly Purdy cleanly up the middle. Brocious with a nice tip, a good save on the side of Rippin. And Rippin on the other side tries to rip it across, but Madison and then Rippin tips it back. And it's already starting off with the Corey Rippin show, this junior. already making a mistake on this game. Oh, wait a second here.
Wait. Okay. I think they called
is that a roofing call?
Yeah. Which anyway.
I was about to say because
Brooklyn Ayers, the setter, a back row player, so she couldn't have gone up for that. But there you go. Interference is the call.
The Bulldogs get the first point of the game following the interference, so it's now 1-0 as Ayers far side to Purdy.
Oh.
And she sets it. Brooklyn Ayers getting the start today. Brooklyn Ayers assisting on the first official point from the Bulldogs. 2-0 is where they sit at the moment up over the Bison. As Tilford, nice soft, big, strong serve on over. The set towards the far side, coming in with a slight tip from Tori Hahn. Mickey Madison there to get it across, then Rippin rips it across over the outreaching hands of Brooklyn Ayers. There's the first Bison point.
Yeah, block just a little late getting over there for the Bulldogs, and really no challenge on Rippin at all.
As checking in, here comes Grace Ryland as Kylie Tilford will step on out. Strong serve coming in on the side of Corey Rippin. Set in the middle, and then just having to get it over is Tori Hahn. Oh, and it's going to fall in. There's that miscommunication we talked about. Two Bulldog players kind of stopping and starting, not knowing who's going to go for it, and now it's tied up.
Good job.
2-2.
Good job by Weimers of McCook staying out of the net. That was a tight ball.
And that one served right into the net from Alexis Quint, and with that, a point for the Bulldogs as Kaylee Brocious will check out, and Brooklyn Ayers as checking in now Addison Ewing, and then Trinity Vack for the Dogs. 3-2 as checking in on the side of the Bison. Bailey Favre checking in as Vack. Nice strong serve to the back line. It goes. The set now as Bison just have to get it over with Rippin. Not really a good offensive stint from them. And then Purdy in the back line gets that point. It's now 4-2. Scott Carlson trying to fix up on the...
It moved on us, Patrick.
Oh,
somehow.
It moved. Uh-oh, it's got a mind of its own, a ghost. But
I'm not sure what happened.
4-2.
I looked down and it was like
sky high.
Nothing. All right, sorry about that.
So 4-2 is where we sit. Bulldogs up. Trinity back on her second serve. Nice light one that's going to fall in front of Favre for an ace. Bulldogs now up 5-2 over the side of the Bison. Strong opening stint to this volleyball game, up 3. Another strong serve from back to Rippin in the backside. And then just having to get it on over is Weimers. Not really a strong setup, but Purdy too far in the back with that spike. Hits the front of the net. Now flipping the court the other side, 5-3.
Off the net, just let it drop a little bit too low. And that's what happens, into the net.
Into the net. So up here to serve now comes Ashlyn Randall, the sophomore for the Bison, as Ewing will receive. Now to the middle. Madison has it stuffed to the point of attack. Good defense coming in. That one from Grayson Weimers. Is that one blocked yet again by Rippin. And then Rippin again is going to let it rip.
Nice.
And a
nice up.
And a strong save on the side of the Bison to keep it alive. But their hit falls out of bounds, 6-3.
Yeah, big block Ewing, and I believe Carly Purdy over there as well on the double block. Good up, though, by, I believe it was, I can't see her number right now. She just played, there we go, 17. It was
Joey Rippin.
Yeah.
As Rippin in the back line gets it to Purdy. Now the offense set up for the Bulldogs. Far side, blocked, and it's in for a point. Izzy Belgum going to have it blocked off the front. I believe that one of Tori Hahn, and with that, it falls out of play. Yeah. Bulldogs with another point.
Just a little bit off the net on the block, and Belgum powering into it.
Purdy with the second serve gets to the back line to Randall. The set. Here comes Rippin, and it just hits right in front of Grace Ryland. 7-4, and that was a great setup and power from Corey Rippin.
Yeah, seen it a couple times, that block getting over there late on Rippin, and she's good. You got to challenge her at the net.
Rippin's got that power. She's shown it early here in this first set, though Bulldogs lead 7-4. The set from back in the middle. Mickey Madison, and it's going to fall in for a Bulldog point. 8-4, flipping back and forth as we have a check-in now. Bailey Foster as well as Kylie Tilford. You love to see it in terms of that precision, hitting it in that back corner.
Yeah, nice shot. finding the open spots.
Madison now comes up to serve. 8-4. Falls right in front of Randall. The set to the middle. And now just having to get it over is Weimers. Now Purdy calls for it and it'll set, but Euling just has to just barely roll spike it on over. Now it's still 8-4. The attack for the Bison. Stuffed at the front by Addison Euling. And with that, another Bulldog point. 9-4. Now they're in complete control of this set early on.
Man, another big block by Euling over there, going up strong and sealing the net off on the right side.
When off goes Corey Ripp, and the Bulldogs have a massive height advantage as that one bounces off the arm of Bailey Favre. And with that, another point for the Dogs. 10-4, and a timeout has to be taken on the side of the Bison. Bulldogs now up at the moment again, 10-4. With that, we'll take a break. We come back. It'll be more action right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Gosh, I am so hungry, but the game is on.
Well, you big lug, get off the couch and get to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings to watch and fill your massive belly.
Well, why didn't I think of that?
Well, just go to Dave's Place.
Dave's Place at 1510 East 4th is the quintessential place to watch the game and fill your belly. Massive or not, pizzas, wings, calzones, and even great meals for the kiddos. Daily specials too. Call in an order at 532-3922 or order online at davesplacenp.com. DoorDash available too.
Your health is nothing to fool with. That's why when supplies are important, you should trust no one but the best. Great Plains Home Care Equipment features full home care outfits. All of the items you or your loved one will need for rehabilitation, including oxygen and respiratory equipment, whether it's for staying at home or for moving around. Great Plains Home Care Equipment, 600
North
East
Platte
Brandon.
Post Sports.
Welcome back to the Doghouse. Bulldogs leading 10-4 at the moment over the Bison as big strokes are blocked by Euling. What a great diving save from Randall, though. Bulldogs again up front, really having some dominance as Madison. What a great another diving save from Randall to keep it alive, and that's going to be rewarded with a Bison point.
Yeah, nice play. Nice little finesse shot. Seeing an opening right there off the net. Bulldog side of the net. Good play.
10-5 as Gracelyn Weimers comes up to serve. A nice soft one just in front to Carly Purdy. The set to the far side. Kylie Tilford gets it in. Not setting her feet properly. Having to dive for it was Bailey Foster. And with that, a point towards the Bulldogs. It's 11-5 as checking in Kaylee Brocious as well as Abby Kamensky.
It was unorthodox approach for Kylie Tilford. She got there a little bit early, but her athleticism, she's an athlete like her brother.
Shine through.
Get up.
As Kamensky gets it on Omer, almost say ace on the side of the Bulldogs, but good recovery from the Bison, but they sky it right out the back with Joy Rippin. And with that, another point towards North Platte. 12-5. They're in utter complete control at the moment. Just absolutely digging this type of just aggression at the time. As 12-5 now, the set to the far side, and it's going to be easily saved by Abby Kamensky. And now from the back line, Carly Purdy, and it's not going to be in time for the Bison defense. Purdy with that surprise back line attack caught the Bison napping. It's now 13-5.
Yeah, back row attack effective for the Bulldogs. As long as you don't overuse it, it's one of those like the setter tip. You don't want to go to it too much.
Strong serve from Tilford, and now the set to the middle, and it's going to fall in for a Bison point off Alexis Quint. And now checking in comes Tori Hahn. 13-6 now. Here's set number one. Bulldogs in complete and utter control from the drop of the first serve. But up now to serve, here comes, I believe that one's going to be J.C. Myers. The set from the middle, Brocious, and it's going to be saved in the back line. Good diving grab from J.C. Myers. And now from the middle, no good as Alexis Quint spikes it into the net. The errors are developing on the side of the Bison this time about, and that just means Bulldogs get 3 points.
Yeah, I just got a little bit behind her on that one and was hard ball to play, but you're right, it leads to points for the Dogs.
As Hallie Hamilton comes up to serve, what a great diving save from Bailey Favre, and then push to the far side as Mickey Madison gets there in time. The set, Purdy from the very back side.
Oh, my goodness.
That is some athleticism. You were talking about it with Tilford, but Carly Purdy had to fly in and adjust midair. Fires it in there for another point, 15-6.
Yeah, nobody there to block on the Bison side of the net and a wide open cross court. You know what that means for Carly Purdy, a kill.
It's just like taking candy from a baby, as Carly Purdy would say it. Now the set to the middle for the Bison as Quint will fly it out once again. It's now a 10-point advantage for the Bulldogs, 16-6. Scotty C, you bringing out the margarita shaker right now?
Got the blender, got the ice in the blender, just waiting for the triple sec.
But with the Bulldogs, still got to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Another strong serve from Hamilton. The set towards the far side, coming in Hahn, and diving and not getting there in time is Mickey Madison. And with that, 16-7 now, as checking back in now comes Corey Rippin, what presumably be the star player here on the side of the Bison. Had a lot of strong earlier sets and kills in this matchup. First set, light serve, great dive from Madison to keep it, but he'll get on over to the side of the Bison. Towards the far side, Hahn, and it's going to fall out the back.
Oh.
Close call on that one, but it falls in favor of the Bulldogs, 17-7, as Brooklyn Ayers will check in now. As Kylie Tilford takes her second attempts of the ball game serving. Here's set number one, Bulldogs leading 17-7. A light serve, that's going to get back to Rippin. The set towards the far side, Rippin lets it uncorked, and there's nobody there defensively, and with that, a point towards McCook, 17-8 now.
Yeah, Rippin been the weapon for the Bison and been a challenge for the Bulldogs when they don't get a block on her.
Serve coming down the side of Alexis Quint, and then mishandled by Grace Ryland, and then saved by Purdy to get on over. What a great defensive performance from those two, as Rippin has it blocked and saved by Madison. Purdy receives it on the other side.
That was, Mickey just threw the arm up to keep it alive, and it ended up being a perfect set for Carly.
Lady Luck smiling on the side of the Bulldogs here tonight. 18-8, a miraculous save. You might as well call it at that point. Nothing 2 cents about it.
No.
But it fell in favor of the Bulldogs. 18-8 as Trinity Vac checks in and will now serve for North Platte. Gets it to Corey Rippin. The set. Rippin from the middle. Gonna get it on over to Hamilton pretty easy. Purdy now loads it up and tips it. Oh, but immediately stuffed by Alexis Quint and Graceland Weimers for a point for the Bison.
Yeah, it's a tight set for Carly coming in on a full approach and trying to keep herself out of the net and get a play on that ball is tough.
And we have a timeout called as officials talking it over. Carly Purdy came on over to talk with one of the officials.
I'm not sure.
About something.
I think she was asking for a lineup check. Make sure when they got a little confused back when Brooklyn Ayers subbed in the first. That was a couple rotations ago, but I think Carly just wanted to make sure that they're
in the right position,
in the right spots. They don't give the Bison a point on a
violation,
on an alignment.
That's what I was going to say. Would the point be given on over if they did identify an illegal alignment? And now that they both have all the sides set up alignment-wise, coming up, Ashlyn Randall is served for the Bison. Now 18-9, the lead for the Bulldogs. The set in the middle. Here comes Purdy, lines it up and blocks it right off of Corey Rippin's hand. And with that, another point towards North Platte as Izzy Belgium checks in and Carly Purdy will now serve.
Yeah, tough to stop Carly with a single block, and you see Weimers for the Bison holding their hands off that one. Carly has some power.
I know, that's I sit here with my hands, and if I jam it or get a paper cut, the day's over, and they got to sit there. They got
the under the fingernail paper cut. You got one of those?
Cardboard cuts.
Oh,
that's even worse.
God, a little thicker.
Oh boy,
they hurt.
They do hurt.
Not the smooth edge like paper either. Oh, come on.
But yes, they gotta feed in and receive it from Carly Purdy. At that point, I might as well retire and just go into a retirement home at that point. Because man, when Carly Purdy gets a full head of steam and a perfect set, which the Bulldogs are notorious for, it's just no stopping that train come down the road.
Yeah, it was just, if you get that set out in front of Carly where she can get on top of it, it's danger if you're on the other side.
Danger, Will Robinson danger. I was watching Meet the Robinsons the other day, and it just came to my brain.
Yeah, we got the Jet on the football team now. Kenny the Jet.
Yeah, Kenny the Jet. Kenny the Jet.
I'm actually excited for tomorrow. Well, I'm excited for the game, but I'm also excited to say that.
I am too. As Carly Purdy, now she'll get the serve away.
Men on the court.
And that's going to be an ace, though. A little bit of a misstep on the side of Allie Hamilton, but an ace comes in from Purdy.
We had seven people on the court, and Hamilton
results in an ace.
Running off at the last minute.
20-9 now as Purdy gets another strong one over onto the back line. The set, little mishandled as Rippon just has to rip it on over. Purdy to Trinity back. Here comes big Udeling, and it's just going to be blocked in the front by Rippon. Some miscommunication, so the Bison just have to get it over. They're the ones struggling with their communication. Skied right out the back. They were calling for a tip, but Izzy Belgum putting a little too much mustard behind that and just goes right out the back to bring up Corey Rippon to serve as the Bison trail by 10. 20-10. Nice serve, gets on over to Belgum, a little awkwardly, but Madison just has to smack it on over. Now the set towards the middle, coming in, and another great save from Purdy. We'll get back over, the stuff, the save. Purdy there to receive. And now Madison will just hit it on over. Good little recovery from the Bulldogs after some chaos. To the far side, it's Joy Rippon, and it's out the back. 21-10. As checking in now comes Bailey Foster, as well as Kylie Tilford, with Nikki Madison up to serve. Pretty packed house here.
Yeah, it is. Good crowd. Senior night.
Again, senior night, always a good time to come on and about and watch any type of sporting event.
And I ain't looking for nothing but a good time.
Nothing but, that's wrong song. But Madison, unfortunately, serves that one into the netting. That's why they don't. That's why I'm not part of a choir
or
a
band geek.
I am a band geek.
Why.
Drum major,
So
section
was it
leader.
like once a band geek, always?
Oh, you know it, man. As that gets back to Addison Ewing, the set. Ewing now steps up and just fires it to the back line with Randall. The set towards the middle. Here comes Rippon. Oh, but they're Trinity back to receive. Hamilton now. Backline attack from Purdy. Roll spiked it into the net. 21-12.
Yeah, again, those back row attacks, you got to contact them at the highest point possible. You let them drop too low, it's awful hard to get them over.
Graceland Weimers now up to serve for the Bison. Gets to Purdy on the far side. The set. Here comes Tilford. Just tips it and finds the mark. Stepping way too forward, Ashlyn Randall, and because of that, cost the Bison a point.
Yeah, great job there by Tilford, seeing a huge hole in that McCook defense right in front of her and just tipping it over the first line.
Abby Kamensky up to serve with Kaylee Brocious now stepping in the front line. Kamensky gets the okay from the official, and now will deliver her first. Nice little loft one that gets to the back line. The set. Middle attack coming in from Quinters as Carly Purdy instinctually put her hands up and would have gone out the back. Quint having a tough time in terms of setting it up.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell if it was it looked like maybe it was dropping. I think it came right at Carly's face. And, yeah, instinct, like you said, just put the hands up. Keep the nose
now
safe.
Up to serve comes Ashlyn Randall. Gets to Purdy in the back line. The set in the middle. Here comes Belgum, and it's blocked, but they're going to say a net infraction on the side of Izzy Belgum.
Four hits.
4 hits. Now 22-14 as the Bison are slowly working back into it. J.C. Myers, her second serve. Lets it fly. Gets on over to Tilford in the back line. The set. The middle attack from Tilford. She tried to find something on the far side, but couldn't. Little awkward setup, but the Bison able to get it on over. Belgum on the far side, and just too light on the tip. 22-15 is now, slowly but steadily, the Bison are crawling back in.
Right, fighting back in.
Off of a couple North Platte mistakes is the key on those return points. Myers, another one that'll get back to Purdy. The set towards the far side, and it'll be easily defended and gotten over by the Bison. Now they set up, really running for it, and now Belgum will get it back over and running into each other, two Bison's players, but they'll be able to smack it across. Purdy, Kamensky to the middle, Tilford, and again another light hit. A little bit of misjudgment in terms of where they are, back-to-back attacks where they just lightly hit it into their own net.
Right, yeah, just not a good attack by Kylie Tilford. I don't know how else to put it.
Not finishing strong is what you would say.
Right.
You always want to finish off with a strong attack. Just some light tips previously. Belgum strongly puts it in, but blocked once again at the front, that time by Quint. But that time, as Tori Hahn then hits it into the net. Finally, it swings back to the Bulldogs, 23-16. And now they bring Carly Purdy up to the front, and that's normally where she's more comfortable offensively for the squad as well. As Allie Hamilton Gets another strong serve across, and it's going to fall in for an ace as it bounces off of Bailey Favre. 24-16. Here we go, Scotty C.
Got the Bulldog ace on the
Whoa,
big screen. Did you see
that's
that?
a new one.
Fancy.
24-16. This is set 1 point here. Hamilton. That's another strong one across.
Oh, that's in there.
Did it fall in?
That was
it
in there.
does fall in.
Come on, that was in there. That was in there.
Backline
there
judge
we go.
over. There we go. And it falls in for a point. Bulldogs finish off set number 1 with the victory. 25-16. It was a strong performance overall from the Dogs. We're now going to take a break and head you on to set number 2 when we come back right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmers insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. If your tranny starts to making sounds that you don't want to hear, if it's slipping and a sliding, won't go in or out of gear, call the transmission specialist, BG&S. You've got the very best four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, automatic standard too. BG&S Transmissions.
BG&S Transmissions. Free towing, free estimates, and all their work is guaranteed. Call BG&S in North Platte at 800-344-2427.
Ooh, boy, the summer is flying by at Larry's RV in North Platte. Stop by if you're looking for a new RV or needing parts and accessories. New Bullet travel trailers are arriving, and Rockwell travel trailers and fifth wheels coming soon. A new 2022 Milestone 326 RL fifth wheel is here. A very spacious living room and an island kitchen that has a wine refrigerator. A large bedroom slide extends into the bathroom, and a cozy fireplace in the living room. Tour the new Milestone 326 RL fifth wheel at Larry's RV in North Platte today. Easy financing also available with approved credit.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
North Platte Post Sport.
Welcome back, Bulldogs winning set number 1, 25-16. Thank you again to our premier sponsors for today. Another round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. And after your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. Now offering Cody Keno, as well as Dave's Place Pizza and Wings on 1510 East 4th Street. Meet your friends or bring the family and enjoy the pizza of the month, daily specials, wings, and more at Dave's Place. Scott Carlson, takeaways. Set number 1, what you got?
Yeah, man, good. That's a fun set. I think we saw a lot of good play on both sides of the net. I think it maybe a little more well-rounded, good play from the Bulldogs. It was Rippon who was the key for the Bison. She was trouble for the Bulldogs when they didn't get a block on her, but overall, a good performance by the Bulldogs in that first set.
Strong serve from Hamilton, almost getting the ace right off the bat, but the Bison recover well defensively. Purdy slams it in. Oh, just going to fall out of play. Point on the side of the Bison, 1-0. And really, here's the real test. Game number 2, normally that's where things start to fall apart a little bit for the Bulldogs all season long.
Holy
what
cow.
a save, but it won't be able to get over as Hamilton, a diving save, a very soft serve from Joy Rippon. And it falls in 2-0 now. But again, as I said, normally set 2, this is where the Bulldogs sometimes let it falter away as Rippon serves it into the net. On the other side, the Bulldogs will take over.
Yeah, you're right, though. I don't know if it's an overconfidence issue. I don't think it is. I think just they come in with a lot of energy. But, hey, it's senior night. I'm confident that energy is going to hang with them here.
As Kylie Tilford comes up to serve, Bulldogs trailing 1. Nice back serve on over to Favre. The set. Here comes Corey Rippon. Oh, good save from Hamilton in the back line to set up for Purdy. And it'll fall in.
Go.
Again with that mid-air adjustment from Carly Purdy. Bounces off the arm of Corey Rippon for a Bulldog point.
Yeah, nice shot. And again, just putting it where McCook has to make an effort to get to it and making them make some mistakes.
Tilford, another strong serve to the backside. Picked up on the side by Joy Rippon. And it'll fall in for a Bulldog point as it bounces off the net. 3-2. Again, all the luck in terms, and just misplay falling on the side of the Bison. Bulldogs really forcing errors. Something we haven't really said much all season.
Right.
Tilford with her third serve gets it over to Favers in the back. The set. Oh, Joy Rippon just has to get it on over after a poor offensive set. Madison gets it in, and it's going to bounce around Favers, and now over it goes J.C. Myers. The set. Towards the near side, it's going to fall in from Kaylee Brocious. They went with the fake, showing Carly Purdy charging in on the far side, but they pushed it in to Brocious on the near side.
Soft little back set from Brooklyn Ayers. Set up Brocious nicely.
Again, you throw in a new player to set, same results. Beautiful sets, beautiful fake outs. It's now a 2-point lead for the Dogs, 4-2. The set from Myers towards the middle, as that one's pushed over by Quint. The set. Purdy tipping it. Oh, what a diving save from Myers. And now just getting it over the Bison as Purdy lets it rip. Just a smidge outside. 4-3 now.
Good idea, though. They were taking away the cross court from Carly, so she said, I can go line. Just missed.
Bulldogs on their last game were magnificent when they were trying to aim for that line. So far tonight, not to the same favor. The set towards the near side to Brocious, and it'll fall in for another point. That's 2 points from Kaylee Brocious in terms of her offense, and a nice little bit of some accuracy and surprise coming from her.
Yeah, for sure. Brocious, a couple times you've called her name here in this second set.
She gets subbed out now as Trinity Vack as well as Addison Euling check in for the Bulldogs. Vack again, part of that magnificent setting core that they have. Gets one over almost for an ace as Myers sets it, and now just being pushed over by Weimers. The set. Vack, far side to Purdy, and she had to really line it up and wait for that one. And in doing so, missed the spike, 5-4.
Yeah, you're right. Just had to trying to place it maybe a little bit too much on that one and putting it long.
Ashlyn Randall up to serve. Hey, Bulldogs still, though, leading by 1, 5-4. Make it 6-4 now as Randall spikes it into the net. As now Carly Purdy comes up to serve as Izzy Belgum checks in. Purdy gets the A-OK from the ref and lets it fly from the service line. Good serve on to Favre. The set towards Rippon, and it's stuffed, and it falls in. Oh, it falls out, actually. Bulldogs almost got a point. I love my side. Looks like it just barely squeaked in, but
doesn't matter what we think.
Corey Rippon now, certainly. That's mostly true. That's why we're up here, not down there. 6-5 advantage for the Bulldogs as Rippon gets it saved by Ryland in the back line and now just pushed over by Addison Euling. The set from Myers in the middle. The attack tipped and saved by Carly Purdy, but it's going to fall out of play. It's now tied up 6-6.
Got tough ball to get to for Carly. Well-placed ball by Rippon.
And now here comes Corey Rippon. 6-6 for her second serve. Gets it to Purdy. Vack. Madison. It's going to fall just barely in.
Grab the momentum back, Bulldogs.
7-6 now in favor of the Bison. Little Lady Luck falling now on the side of McCook as that one bounced off the arm of Rippon, but still stayed in. 7-6. Picked up by Ryland in the back. The set towards the far side. Belgum tips it. Oh, but good save from Ashlyn Randall. And now here comes Joy Rippon, but Purdy defensively there to save it. Hit again. Stuffed. Hit once again on over. Bison there to push it on the surprise attack, but Bulldogs there equally to do it. Tip from Euling. No good. Wasn't really ready for that one. And now here comes Joy Rippon getting it stuffed, and it'll fall in for a Bison point. 8-6 now.
Euling Madison there for the block, but it kind of got stuck up high. It was weird, and Euling lost it. It hovered.
It kind of did hover and bounce.
Gravity.
And unfortunately, it defied gravity in the wrong way for the Bulldogs as it's now a 2-point lead for McCook.
Careful.
Tip from Madison.
That's us.
And it's going to be a Bulldog point as it bounced off of Joy Rippin out of bounds.
Good job by Mickey not getting in the net on that one.
Learn from her mistake.
Yeah, it was tight, and she was coming hard.
8-7, the Bison advantage as Mickey Madison up to serve as Kylie Tilford checks back in. Madison takes a big old deep breath. Lets it fly from the back line. Strong serve to Randall. The set tips surprisingly over. Purdy saves it, and the Bulldogs will just get it over. Great reactions from Carly Purdy. Towards the center attack. It's stuffed. It's blocked. There's Tilford.
Yeah, good play over there defensively by Carly, but equally as good by Trinity Vack to be ready for that ball that came right at her off of Carly's arm.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah, good reaction. Cat-like reflexes.
I got the reactions of an old man. I have an old man next to me, too.
I'm cat-like, though.
Oh, are you cat-like?
Yeah.
Oh. As that one tipped, and then Joy Rippin just gets it on over. A little bit of some mix-up defensively. Far side, Belgum. Oh, there to save it, Ashlyn Randall. The set. Here comes Joy Rippin, blocked to the point. Tipped back over by Ewing. And now the Bison will set back up. Rippin has it stuffed again. Great play from Kylie Tilford and Addison Ewing. That trying to do it a third time. It's going to get pushed over by the Bulldogs. What a play. And now just having to tip it over. Grace Weimers.
A lot of momentum in that point.
It really was. It's a great back and forth, but able to get stuffed in between Izzy Belgum and the net. It'll fall down for a Bison point. 9-8 now. Light serve, though, falls back in favor of the Dogs. 9-9. Yeah. Momentum swings one way, and then a self-inflicted wound on the side of McCook brings the Bulldogs back to it.
Yeah, I've seen the Bulldogs give it back to them, though, a few times here in this set, which we didn't see in set number one. So let's make a little run here, Miss Kaminsky.
That's what it is. Got to batten the hatches down. Abby Kaminsky has had some strong runs from the service line all season long. Yeah. Now is the time that it needs to come out. Kaminsky with a nice serve to the back line. The set from Myers in the middle to Joy Rippin, who spikes it over to Hamilton, who's checked in. There's a key defensive substitution. Belgum on over, but there to save it comes Foster. Towards the middle, good stuff from Tilford, calling her name all night defensively. There she is once again to push it back. Bulldogs retake the lead.
Timed it perfectly, did Kylie Tilford in the middle. Solo block for the senior.
That's right, yeah, solo block for the senior. 10-9 now as Kaminsky back up for her second serve. Bulldogs won set number one, 25-16. Awkward serve, but gets on over to Randall. The set. Oh, wow, what some contentious effort. Have to get on over from the Bison. Near side, Brocious. Oh, almost has it snuck on in there. And now towards the far side, Joy Rippin. Can't get it. Now the Bulldogs, unfortunately, just have to get it over after a poor offensive setup. And the middle attack tipped, but Hamilton there to receive. Set. Brocious. Good defensive back and forth between these two teams in this go-about. And a diving save from Hamilton, not enough. 10-10 now as checking in comes Tori Hahn.
Yeah, those long rallies, not only a lot of momentum in the point winner, but they take a lot out of you, man.
It does.
If you don't win that point, it's a lot harder to recover from that long rally.
As up here to serve on the side, going to be J.C. Myers. Purdy receives in the back line. The set. Brocious tips it. It almost will fall in, but there receive it is Brocious again, running it from court to court as Belgum just roll spikes it over. The set towards the far side. Rippin gets it blocked off their own net. They're going to say it touched off the Bulldog. Rippin again. That time going to have it stuffed. Now the Bison retake the lead, 11-10.
Yeah, I don't know if Rippin's putting backspin on it or something, but a second time we've seen it kind of stick to the block for the Bulldogs.
And a timeout take on the side of North Platte as they've given up the lead once again. We'll take a quick break. We come back. More action here from the Doghouse here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
It's not too late to dust off the golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Summer may be coming to an end, but come out to River's Edge and you'll enjoy a course that features modern amenities with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks and Keno. Remember, they're open to the public. Good times, great food, drinks, and sports. Another round sports bar at River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them.
Camille Burke and Cheyenne Shaner are hosting an open house as the new owners of the Natural Nutrition House, and you're invited. This Saturday, October 15th, between 10:30 and 4, come join Camille and Cheyenne on a journey to a healthier you. Enjoy deliciously healthy snacks and refreshments, plus CBD sampling by Lunar Organics. And did I mention giveaways? Don't miss the grand opening fun at the Natural Nutrition House, Saturday from 10:30 to 4 on the corner of 6th and Vine.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back. Bulldogs trailing 11-10 out of the timeout. Going to get a quick point, and it will fall in. There again, Izzy Belgum. I really love just seeing some of these, as people would describe them as role players, step on up and really taking advantage of this opportunity. The sophomore Belgum tying it up.
Finding the power tonight.
As Hamilton with the power, really honing in tonight in terms of her strong serve. We've always talked about how sometimes she'll just slide out the back from the service line. Really on point tonight in her placement.
Yep, for sure. After being the 7th woman on the court not too long ago.
That's true. Almost
a little lapse, but she recovered.
And it's 12-11 now. Another one gets on over to the back line of Foster. The set, and now just skying it over is Tori Hahn. The set, Purdy in the middle, types it, and then Favre will not be able to get it saved. 13-11, a little bit of a weird.
Got a little break. I think Carly just getting a fingertips on it to get it over, and it ended up as a kill.
13-11 now with Hamilton back up to serve. Another strong one. That'll fall in for another ace. That is her second in 3 serves. And a timeout on the side of McCook as it's now swung in favor of North Platte. 14-11 off the back of Hallie Hamilton. So with that, we'll take a break as well. Bulldogs still leading now 14-11.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to the Doghouse. Bulldogs currently at the moment leading 14-11 off the back of Hallie Hamilton's 2 aces. Hey, thank you again, though, to our premier sponsors for today, Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, Juanita Bassett, and many more. Go to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. As well as CT Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005. Not going to fall in for an ace for Hamilton on the serve, but another strong attack for Purdy. Oh, what a save from Hamilton, though. And he'll get it on over. Hallie Hamilton flying in after the strong set from Quint. And now on the other side, it'll fall in. Kaylee Brocious.
Wow.
Wowzers, what a play from the Bogs.
Got the point, needed that point after the big play by Hallie Hamilton, or Hampton, as I like to sometimes call her. Sorry about that, PJ. But, it was a great defensive play by the libero.
15-11, another strong serve gets to the back line, though the Bison ready this time. Just pushing it over on the side of Hahn. The set. Purdy tips it. It's going to almost fall in for a point as the Bison get it on over. Back. And then, it's a lift on the side of the Bulldogs as Abby Kamensky really had to run and get to it. Because of that, it cost the Dogs a point. And
tough ball for the setter to get to and get clean contact on. Can't falter.
As Corey Rippin now checks in, the thorn in the side for the Bulldogs. Oh, what a great block at the front, but some miscommunication falls in for a North Platte point. It was stuffed at the front by Alexis Quint, but then when it came right back to Quint, she couldn't get it in time. 16-12 with Kylie Tilford up to serve. Tilford again, who's been very strong defensively and also from the service line today. The set to Rippin, just gonna slightly tap it over for Kamensky to receive. The set, Purdy realigns, and it falls. Oh, just out. That looked like it was in on my side.
I got I'm watching the delay here.
Scott Carlson with our artificial replay. It looked pretty close. But Purdy will receive it in the back line to set for her second attack. Tipped. And now here come the side of the Bison to Corey Rippin. And it's going to be, that one just squeaks in.
Nice shot.
16-14 on the back line.
Yeah, the Rippins coming alive for the Bison.
Back up to serve Alexis Quint. Now only a 2-point advantage for North Platte here in set number 2. They won set number 1, 25-16. They look to make it a 2-0 set advantage to win it. The set towards the middle. That would have to be pushed over by Weimers, Hamilton to Purdy, who lined it up, but there's Madison able to save it. And now Ryland just has to get it over. Good communication, though, from the Bulldogs to make sure they did. And then blocked, and unfortunately will fall the way of the Bison. They're now within 16-15.
Yep, just had that block turned out and using it to her advantage was Alexis Quint.
16-15. Another serve coming in from Quint right into the net. 17-15. With the way this game's kind of been back and forth, these serves into the net really could become the bane of the existence for the Bison.
Right, they're a big deal, especially when you get late in the set like this and you start to see little gaps form on that scoreboard. You don't want that to be because you missed serves.
That's right, as Trinity Vac will come up for her second attempts. Gets it on over to Corey Rippin. The middle, Rippin lets it fly, and it almost hits. Oh, it will just fall out of play. Trinity Vac had to matrix her way out of the way, and it'll fall in for a Bulldog point. 18-15 now. And now, Trinity Vac on her second serve. Gets it all the way back to Favres. The set. 2. The near side, and it's going to fall in for a Bulldog point.
Yeah.
Graceland Weimers.
Kind of caught it.
Spike.
Came right back.
It said, I ain't going over.
All
you
right.
can have me right back.
Yeah, all right.
19-15. Bulldogs pulling away now. Vac with her third serve. Going to fall in for an ace.
Bottom just fell out of it right in front of the libero.
And a timeout for the Bison. Scott Carlson, we talked about how the runs needed to come for the Bulldogs, as we were worried set 2 might be a little bit of a resurgence of old Bulldog play, and guess what? They've squashed that narrative so far and really have put up a strong contest.
Yeah, for sure. They've been playing with that energy that we said. We felt it in here pregame. You know, the big student section and senior night and a big crowd on hand. So Dogs doing what they need to with that energy so far, and that's using it for their advantage.
They lead 20-15. A good chunk of the points in both sets have come off of McCook errors, specifically from the service line. I don't think the Bulldogs once today have served it into the net. If I remember, McCook, a plethora of them have gone into the netting.
I sometimes have trouble remembering what you said a few seconds ago, so I don't know. You might be right, though. It's been clean.
So statistics might not be the time, as that one almost tipped in from Madison. What a great save, though, coming in from Tori Hahn to keep it alive. To Purdy, though, and it's going to bounce off of a fingertip. I believe that was Tori Hahn again. 21-15.
Yeah, great shot there. Just too much power for the Bison to handle.
So now the Bulldogs reeling it closer to that set and match victory. Up 21-15, already lead 1-0. The middle set to Rippin, and Ryland there to defend it, and then tips back in. Good bounce back from Graceland Weimers, making sure she didn't get called for a roofing violation, but got it tipped back, and now a point for the Bison.
Ready and patient at the same time. Weimers just waiting for that to come to her and putting it back on the Dogs in the hole.
21-16, as there comes a serve from Randall to Hamilton. The set, Yulee gonna tip it, but there is Allison Randall to save it. And just happened to be pushed over, though, by Weimers. Vac sets it to Madison, who came across court, and it'll be saved and out of bounds. Point towards the Bison.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Madison coming across court. Fortunately, didn't get the point, so it's 21-17 is another serve from Ashlyn Randall. Middle set towards Carly Purdy, who has come near side now. Don't really see much of Carly Purdy on the near side attack.
Right.
Gets a point for the Dogs.
Yeah, just where she's at in the rotation, and that first contact left her on the right side, and hey, she can do it from there.
22-17. She's now up to serve. A nice strong one gets on over to Ashlyn Randall. The set towards the middle, coming in from Weimers. Blocked by Madison. There she is, showing off that height. And then Randall has it skied out the back, but it's last touched by a Bulldog defender, 22-18.
Yeah, big power again there, and trying to play it off to the side of her was, I believe that was Belgium.
As serve coming in on the side of Rippon, sets to the middle, as Madison has to come across court, save, and another save. The Bison's just all about the saves, keeping it alive for them. As now Ewing just has to roll spike it over. Randall to the backline attack from Rippon, and she rips it into the net. Rare mistake from Corey Rippon results in a Bulldog point, 23-18.
Yeah, and I'll check myself. Ryland with the return error that last time, not Belgium. It's Belgium up on the left side, the front row.
So 23-18 now as Mickey Madison will come up to serve for the Bulldogs. They only need 2 points to get the victory here over McCook. Continuing that momentum, and Madison right into the netting, 23-19. 23-19, coming from Monsters, Inc., the famous number.
Right.
And it comes up all the time. I don't know how I remember that
weird.
one.
The heck, man.
The set towards the middle, tipped in by Belgium, and it's going to fall in for a point. Izzy Belgium with a couple of light attempts earlier in this set that went into the netting. That time she made up for it and got a point for the Bulldogs. They are now on match point, 24-19. Well, technically match point if you think about it too, 24-19 in set 2.
It's a single match. It'll be best of 5.
Oh, my bad. My brain thought best of 3. I don't know why. As coming in, here comes the attack from Kamensky, down low, set up, and now just roll spiked into the netting. And with that, another victory for the Bulldogs. They get that set 2 victory, 25-19. I know I got you all excited thinking they were going to get a match point victory, but
not me.
Well, yes, Scott Carlson on his toes.
I was on it.
Scott Carlson on his toes as always. Hey, we'll take a break. We come back. It's time for set 3 action right here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
How would you like to get a warranty on a used car, truck, or SUV? When you purchase a qualified pre-owned vehicle at Premier Toyota in North Platte, it comes with a 6-month or 6,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. 6-month or 6,000 miles, whichever comes first. That is totally awesome when you are buying a pre-owned vehicle. Stop out and talk to the friendly staff at Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 today. Take a test drive and get a warranty on qualified pre-owned vehicles. Let's go places.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
See me, Pete Voltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
This is Joe from Swift Auto Center in North Platte. The Dogs play here. KWOQ North Platte, 1410 AM and FM 98.1.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to the Doghouse. Bulldogs with a 2-0 set advantage. Scott, this is the first, I think, 2-set advantage they've had all season where it's felt like that they've just been in complete control since minute 1.
Right, yeah, they have been. I mean, the Cooks battled back in a few times, but you're right. You've never really felt like the Dogs were endangered in this one so far.
So up to serve on the side of the Bison comes Joy Rippon. As checking in now, Hallie Hamilton rotating in. Here in set number 3, the potential final set of senior night for the Bulldogs, who are riding a massive wave of momentum in this ball game, taking them down, the Bison, in set number 1, 25-16, and then in set number 2, I pull it up here, 25-19. Really It's been about just how defensively they've been tuned in and really converting on a lot of McCook mistakes. The far set, Purdy gonna spike it just out of play. Again, trying to find that line on the outside, not falling in favor of the Bulldogs. 1-0 for McCook. Purdy had a clean get up. Again, they're taking away that cross court, forcing her to do a little different as Tilford just tips it over. Favre sets it, and now just getting it over on the side by Hahn, and it's going to just sneak in.
Falling in.
2-0 advantage now for McCook. They started off with a 2-0 advantage last game, though unfortunately for McCook, they didn't pick up the victory. Still serving is Joy Rippin. Light serve to Hamilton. The set, far side. Purdy has to really lean into it, and it's going to fall just in front for the Bulldogs, and she snuck it right in between Tori Hahn for a Bulldog point.
That was one of those straight down. It's kind of hard to tell which side of that it came down.
It just kept bouncing around, and I was like, well, we'll just wait for the official. So Bulldogs get a point on the board as Kylie Tilford comes up to serve. They trail by 1. Strong serve to Rippin. Set far side, but can be picked up by Quint. And then, Bulldogs, though, a little mishandling from Ayers. Still, they're able to get it on over. Meyer set towards Rippin. Lets it rip.
Found it.
Over Brooklyn Ayers. 3-1 now.
Yeah, just a little tiny corner open back there, and a great job by Rippin to find it.
Again, Brooklyn Ayers been out all season with a torn labrum.
Right.
Got medically cleared to play today, so that's why she's here on senior night. Couldn't have lined the story up any better.
That's right. See that brace on her right arm.
As Grace Ryland took the serve from Alexis Quint really far back, and with that a point towards McCook, 4-1. Another strong serve from Quint to Purdy, who really had to reach down. Tip saved by Purdy again. Now a set towards Madison. It's not going to fall in for a point. The Bison able to recover and get it over. Hamilton. Now to Ayers to Purdy, and Purdy skies it out the back. 5-1, set not starting off on the best foot for the Bulldogs at the moment. They trail by 4.
Woo, man, got to get back here right in it, Bulldogs. Get a side out.
All the momentum on the side of McCook, and all the errors falling on the side of the Bulldogs in this one. Purdy backline attack will get freely over to Alexis Quint. The set to the near side from Hahn, and she skies that out the back. 5-2 now. Mistakes. The name of the game early on here for the Bulldogs in set number 3 as they trail 5-2 at the moment. With up to serve now comes Trinity Vack. Vack gets the A-OK, and she'll have her first attack on the service line. Towards the set, now just barely getting tipped out behind the antenna. 5-3, the Bulldogs get another point. Vack, another aggressive server.
Yeah, she had a good run last set, too. Right
She
at the
did.
end of it.
She did. Vack as well as Hamilton really on point with their serves. Rippin gets in the back line. The set. Rippin in the middle gets it blocked as Nikki Madison is just having herself a night up front. Again, not the tallest competitor in the world, but with her hops, she stuffs it in front of Rippin. 5-4. Vack now up for her third serve, looking to tie this ball game back up. Bulldogs were trailing by 4 early on, but back on a run they are. Rippin having to run for it is Myers, who just gets it on over. Almost a miscommunication. Bulldogs luckily to get it over and attack. To the middle. Now far side Hahn. Gonna get it there. Hamilton, good defensive effort. To Purdy now, but 2 hits on the side of Trinity Vack. Now 6-4.
Yeah, just weak wrist, as one of our old sportscasters, Robert Lovell, would say. Weak wrist.
All in the wrist, as they say, as Ashlyn Randall now up to serve. Light serve to Hamilton in the back line. Vack sets to Purdy. And a nice save from Joy Rippin. And they'll get it on over. The Bison will. To the stuff. And in for a point. That is an easy one from Graceland Weimers. Really just set it up on a silver platter, and the Bisons took over. 7-4 now, their advantage. As Randall waiting for the OK on the side of the ref, and will get so. Randall gets it over to Hamilton. The set to Madison in the middle. Oh, it's going to fall in for a Bulldog point. 5-7 now. Mickey Madison in the middle, showing off that power.
Finding the line.
Gets it in. As Carly Purdy comes up to serve. Grace Ryland checks in. Purdy, a nice strong one to the back line. Good one from Favres to save it. Backline attack from Joy Rippin in front to Ryland. Now, far side. Belgium, diving effort, saved on the side of the Bulldogs, and then spiked out the bag. Corey Rippin got a little ahead of herself on that one. Saw an easy opportunity on the rebound, but skied it out the back, 7-6.
Yeah, a little chance for the Bison there, and fortunately for the Bulldogs, not able to capitalize.
Purdy gets it on over to Joy Rippin, and a running effort from Myers to save it, and then Corey Rippin gets it across. Set, Madison, middle. It's going to be not tipped off of a Bison player out the bag, 8-6. As now, again, up to serve Corey Rippin for the Bison. They lead by 2 in set number 3. Bulldogs with the 2-set victory early on. Rippin with a light one on over to Purdy. Set from that. And then Madison has it tipped at the front. And then a little slow on the defensive recovery as it falls just in front of Purdy. Now a 3-point advantage for McCook.
Well, good play there by Rippin just to keep it alive and make the Dogs work to try to earn it.
Corey Rippin sets up and skies it on over to Carly Purdy. Just barely got over to now Belgium, who lined it up but out the back again. The set's not really looking as beautiful as they were in the first 2. And a timeout taken on the side of the Bulldogs as it's a 4-point advantage for McCook. So we'll take a break. We come back. It is more set 3 action right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Gosh, I am so hungry, but the game is on.
Well, you big lug, get off the couch and get to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings to watch and fill your massive belly.
Well, why didn't I think of that?
Well, just go to Dave's Place.
Dave's Place at 1510 East 4th is the quintessential place to watch the game and fill your belly. Massive or not, pizzas, wings, calzones, and even great meals for the kiddos. Daily specials too. Call in an order at 532-3922 or order online at davesplacenp.com. DoorDash available too.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life. Like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to the Doghouse. Bulldogs trailing 10-6, coming out of the timeout, looking to get some points back on their side as Madison skies it out the back. All the things not falling in favor of North Platte so far to start set number 3. A little worrying, Scott, because kind of reverting back to the old Bulldog ways.
Yeah, right. We saw a strong first 2 sets from the Bulldog. By no means out of this, but need to get back in it here pretty quick.
I think we saw it against Hastings. The Dogs were up 2-0 in those sets, but then in set number 3 had it all crumble apart and then got swept, reverse swept, and fell to Hastings. Not looking to have that happen again here, and that roll spike out the back. It's like Vietnam flashbacks, except here in the modern day. 12-6 now as the Bulldogs trail by 6. Rippin, strong serve to Purdy. The set from Vac to Belgium, who lined up, and it'll fall finally in for a Bulldog point.
Needed that, yeah. Izzy finally coming through. Dogs just needed a side-out bat.
And they got it, again, off a beautiful set, really. If it's a bat, with Carly Purdy, it's kind of different because she can be so flexible when she's up in the air. But if we get a perfect set up front from the Bulldogs, Trinity Vac, Abby Kamensky, they can really go the distance as that one is skied from Mickey Madison. It's now 13-7. As up to serve now comes Gracelyn Weimers on the side of McCook. Hamilton, the middle set. Here comes Tilford, and it's going to fall in for a point. Good bounce back from the Dogs. Getting that side out, and now it's 13-8, Bison's advantage. Got to collect these points when Corey Rippin's on the bench.
Yeah, for sure. You got to take advantage of it, but you got her sister Joy up front, who's been trouble, maybe even more trouble for the Bulldogs.
That's true, as Abby Kamensky comes up to serve. Really been a thorn in the side, though, of McCook from the service line. Had some strong runs that got the Bulldogs back in the game. Here comes Joy Rippin on the spike, and a good save, as that was blocked from Tilford. Far side, Belgium leans into it and really has it way out of bounds. 14-8 now. A 5-point advantage on the side of the Bison. As up to serve now comes J.C. Myers. Myers with a nice light one to Purdy. Lisette towards the middle as Belgium has to get it on over. Nobody really ready for it. To Joy Rippin, and it's going to fall out of play. Bulldogs now let another one get by, 15-8. Scott, those flashbacks.
Yep, just coming right at the head, kind of that no man's land when it comes to how you want to play it, and stuck to the fingers.
15-8, the Bison on a run here in set number 3, looking to claw their way back in. Tilford, set for Kamensky. Tilford has a block to the point and saved by Hamilton. Good defensive effort from the libero. Far side Hahn, blocked at the point, and there's a net infraction on the side. 4 hits, on the side of the Bison. And with that, 15-9 as Hallie Hamilton checks in, and this needs to be a real good set from Hamilton.
Yeah, Hallie's been effective from the service line, so need it here, Rummer.
Claw the Dogs back in is what they're looking for. Myers is set towards the near side to Hahn. Tipped, saved. It's going to be tipped back, but the Bulldogs able to get it on over on some good luck. Set, attack from the middle, and they are easily in the back. Mickey Madison set to Purdy, and it's going to magically get on over. Bison putting some Houdini magic, and wow, Carly Purdy able to save it, but it's going to fall between the middle line. That's a point, 16-9. Again, some poor miscommunication offensively, leading to free Bison points. Just flipping back over to their side now in terms of the mistakes. As that light serve coming in from Joy Rippin. Purdy has it blocked up the attack.
Wow.
And it's going to fall in for a point towards McCook.
Yeah, man, big block. Alexis Quint over there. Also for the Bison, Tori Hahn. Shutting it down.
17-9. Scott, we didn't knock on wood. I think that's what we boiled it down to.
It's only plastic.
That's only plastic. There's wood on the floor. The set towards the far side of Tilford, and it'll fall in for a Bulldog point.
Needed that.
Really needed that. They trail by 7.
Need a little run right here.
Really do. Got to really lock it down defensively as well. That's where it stems from, is their defense really being a little all over the place. That communication again coming to be a bugaboo. And with that, 7-point advantage. Bulldogs trying to work their way back with Tilford. Good strong serve to the back line, Fathers. Myers is set to Corey Rippin, who just a roll spike it over. Set. Here's Purdy, and she skies out the back. Getting, I think, a little bit in her head at the same time because she's been blocked about twice now on that frontal attack. And because of that, trying to sky it over the defender and arc it, but it falls out.
I think she just got there too early and had to reach back for it. Too quick on the approach.
Quint with the set, and the Bulldogs going to allow another point, 19-10. It's all falling apart, and another timeout has to be taken as they trail by 9 now. Again, 19-10. We come back, more action here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Mary is trying the new Philly-style Runza sandwich.
You know, Rocky was set in Philadelphia.
Wonder if he ever had a Philly-style Runza sandwich.
Yo, Adrian, I love these green peppers, onions, steak seasoning, and Swiss.
We should go do boxing later.
You haven't seen Rocky, have you?
Not at all. Been too busy eating the new Philly-style Runza sandwich. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too. At Shelter Insurance.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back. Bulldogs trailing 19-10 here in set number 3. It's been a rough one for North Platte as they've had a lot of things not go their way. Also self-inflicted wounds as Madison will sneak that one, though, in for a point. Not a self-inflicted wound on that attack.
Yep, needed that point there out of the timeout. Dogs finding themselves in a deep hole here they need to dig out of quick.
Trinity Vac checks in to serve. They're down 8. 19-11 here in set number 3. The comeback is what they need at the moment, or some stability. That's really what they need. The center attack to Rippon, who tips it, and I say that, and another point comes back the other way on the side of the Bison.
One of those where the block actually a detriment is Euling getting a fingertip on it, which actually made it harder to play for, I believe it was Vac right behind her.
As that one gets on over from Ashlyn Randall. The set towards Purdy, tips it, but there to save it pretty easily, J.C. Myers. But Myers roll spikes it on over. The Bulldogs now will set up. Purdy sets it up, block, and picked up by Favres. Nice set recovery as the Bison will clear it out. The middle attack, this time from Purdy. Try it again, blocked at the point of attack, that time by Weimers. And she hits it on over to the set. Towards the near side now to Euling, blocked, and it'll fall in for a McCook point. All McCook here in set number 3, 21-11. As they've just found all the momentum, and again, it's happening. It's a flashback to Hastings. Really strong first 2 set performance from North Platte, but in set number 3, the wheels literally fall off the wagon. They're down 10, but there's Mickey Madison to get a nice point for the Bulldogs.
Mickey coming through again, getting the Dogs a much-needed side out.
And that's what they need, is Carly Purdy will set up now. And because of that, the rotation is moved about, and that's what the Dogs need. Get that pretty big front line from McCook out of the way. You see what the kind of pressure they could do. There's a mistake on the side of the Bison. Another point from the Bulldogs. That's an ace, 21-13. Need this little run, need it badly. As Purdy with another one, gets it in for an ace. Back-to-back aces from Carly Purdy, 21-14.
Barely skipping the tape at the top of the net.
Second ace in a row. Purdy putting some good attempts forward now for the Bulldogs. Here comes a third serve. Another strong one gets to Favres in the back line. Myers with the nearby set. Coming into Weimers, but there's Ryland to save it. The set to Belgium, who just tips it over. Picked up by Joy Rippon. And then Corey Rippon rips it out the back. It's going to just barely squeak in. 22-14. That was costly.
Yeah, it hurt. Nobody deep for the Bulldogs, and it found about the only space it could.
It was basically just Grace Ryland back there to cover the whole back line. Fortunately, couldn't get there in time. 22-14. The set towards Mickey Madison, and she'll get another point. You know, Madison, whenever the Dogs need a point,
yeah, they've been going to Mickey.
She steps up and she gets it. Here comes some fresh substitutions. The side of North Platte as Madison will check out, as well as Grace Ryland. Checking in comes Kylie Tilford, as well as Callie McLean, as she'll go up to serve. 22-15. Bulldogs leading 2-0. A little bit of a mini rally, but so far the deficit is still quite large. That, though, serve.
Dang it.
Dead into the net, 23-15. Even the serves, which have been so strong for the Bulldogs, not finding its mark here.
Yeah.
Set number 3.
Yeah, been not a good set for the Bulldogs.
Hamilton, Vac, far side, Tilford really wound up for it. And it'll fall inside for the Bulldogs, 23-16. Again, they get the small little spurts of points, but it's just not enough overall to get them the set victory, as they're trailing again, 23-16. With up to serve now, Abby Kamensky. Trying to turn the tides for North Platte. Strong serve. Almost going to fall in for an ace, but good save from Favres and Myers. They'll be able to just barely tip it over. Hamilton. To the far side, tipped in from Brocious. But easy pickup for the Bisons as Joy Rippon has it stuffed.
There we go.
Kaylee Brocious calling her name again offensively and defensively, generating offense for the Bulldogs.
Big set 2 and coming into play when she's needed here in set 3.
I know, and that at the moment, gotta get my words out there, Paxton. You know, that's what you need at the moment again when Carly Purdy's getting stuffed on every attack. She wants to fly around. If, you know, again, some of these role players can get in there and make some noise like Tilford and Brocious, who have done so all throughout these first 3 sets. That's what they need to get back.
Yeah, definitely, and need to get in it here without a lot of room for error.
Yeah, that's the scary part about it.
Tough, going to be tough.
23-17. Thank you again, though, to our premier sponsors for today. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80, invites you to stop out and take a test drive of all their new and pre-owned Toyotas. 23-17, McCook over the Bulldogs here in set number 3. Bulldogs, though, lead 2-0 in set total. Another strong serve from Kamensky. Towards the middle as Randall has to get it over out of bounds. 23-18 now. It's heating up. Scott Carlson, it's heating back up for North Platte. Crawling their way back in, only trailing now by 5. Kamensky with another powerful serve, that time way too much out the back. And there's where you talk about no room for error. Now on set point for the Bisons. 24-18. As up to serve comes J.C. Myers. Myers going to get that final touch for the Bison to get their first set victory. As Tilford just has to roll spike it over. Good save from Favres. The set. Here comes the far side. Joy Rippin just barely tips it over. Hamilton. Now Belgium has it tipped and out of bounds. A point for the Dogs.
Hanging on.
They don't. Again, but the problem is we talked about with the Knights, when they claw their way back in, they just don't leave themselves enough room to work their way back in.
Yeah.
But Hallie Hamilton comes up to serve. She's been electric from the service line all night tonight. And again, it falls in for an ace. 24-20. Hallie Hamilton on senior night in her last home game here at the Doghouse has really put on a show. And then a quick timeout has to be taken on the side of McCook as they've just been letting it slip away. We'll slip away, though, and have a quick little timeout. We come back. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
North Platte Post Sports.
24-20 is where we sit at the moment. A second straight ace for Hallie Hamilton. We welcome you back. 24-21, Bulldogs and Hamilton working their way back in.
Okay, let's do it.
You just love what you've seen from Hallie Hamilton tonight, and she's just been so electric and could potentially drag the Dogs back into this game. The set. Far side attack from Hahn, and it's going to be saved by the Dogs as it was last touched by Hahn on the backhand. Holy cow, Scott Carlson.
All right, 2 more.
Only a 2-point advantage for the Bison as North Platte and Hallie Hamilton really dragging themselves back into this game. Hamilton with 2 aces. Can we make it a third? Gets it lightly into Rippin, Myers, and now Hahn just has to roll spike it over. Overextension on the side. I believe Abrocious let the point come across, and that's how set number 3 will end. The Bulldogs worked their way back, but it was stopped immediately on the side of the Bison. With that, we'll step away. Come back for set 4 action right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Experience is something many can claim, but few can live up to. Larry's Glass has decades of experience, from small window jobs to large industrial businesses. Larry's has the right experience to get the work completed and looking incredible the first time. No more rookies looking at your window and trying to figure out if it's glass or if it's plastic. Larry's Glass has the knowledge, expertise, and experience to handle every type of glass situation. Others say they have it, only Larry's can claim it. Experience. Find it at Larry's Glass in North Platte.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Mary had a little car. The color, well, it's rust. And everywhere that Mary went, the car she couldn't trust. She took her car to work one day, a risky move at best, and after that, the car won't start. Her patience, it did test. She stopped at Bridge Street Auto, her options to explore. With very little cash in hand, on the road she is once more. So heed the lesson Mary learned. Her story you should abide. Get to Bridge Street Auto. Why? If you work, you ride.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to the Doghouse. Bulldogs still up 2-1 in terms of set total, but fell in set number 3, 25-22. Scott Carlson, observations you took away from that third set?
Yeah, man, it was a lot different Bulldog team than we saw in set 1 and 2. And, I think the energy went down, and that kind of seems to be the story with these Bulldogs. If the energy level goes down, so does the gameplay. A nice little run at the end there by Hallie Hamilton from the service line, but not enough.
And again, I think it just falls also onto the fact that they got off to a really poor start to start set number 3. And because of that really kind of brought the mental and energy down as Hamilton almost falls it in for the ace. Tipped over. Hamilton, though, with the save. And because of that poor start, it allowed the Bison to keep it alive. Tip, and a good one from Carly Purdy, tipping it off of off of Alexis Quint. And with that, a point towards the Bulldogs. Really got to make sure that they can get off to a strong start, because if they can't, it's one of those things again where it just kind of gets in their head and the energy level dies down.
Yeah, plus you don't want to dig out of a hole.
Heck no. The Bulldogs almost did it in that last set, but not something you want to see, as that one will fall in for a point, 2-0. A much, much cleaner start, but it does help when you have probably the best server tonight in the entire building, Hallie Hamilton, doing it from the service line again.
Yep, doing it again.
Another ace, 2-0. I swear she's almost over 10 aces at this point. It just feels like, but that serve falling out 2-1. As now back to serves comes Joy Rippin. Nice light serve to Purdy, who had to really get down for it. And that's just been the synopsis whenever Joy Rippin's up. Really, really light serve. I'm surprised the Bulldogs haven't made an adjustment yet.
Yeah, well, she's just, her coach is telling her where to place it, and that's what she's doing, and she's doing it good.
I'll say that, and she serves it right into the netting. A 3-2 lead now for North Platte.
But yeah, if you watch the coaches, you'll see them hold their clipboard up. They're given a number. Each position on the court has a number, so they're telling their servers where they
need to aim.
They think the weakest link is.
As Kylie Tilford will come up to serve now for North Platte. Another strong one will get on over to Joy Rippin. Favres will set, but have to get on over from Corey Rippin. The Bulldogs now set up. Far side. Purdy really lines up for it, and it's going to fall for a North Platte point. Man, she really leaned into it and wound it up.
Wow.
4-2. Bulldogs with the point. As time is called on the court for a shoelace need to be tied. Bulldogs, though, leading 4-2 now. As Tilford still back up for her second serve. Another strong one to Joy Rippin in the back. Myers to the middle, Quint. And it's going to be good defense. Picked over. Oh, it's going to almost fall in for a point. Good effort from either side defensively. A lot of dives, a lot of energy, and it's going to fall though in favor of North Platte.
A lot of ground play there from the Bison.
5-2. You say it's because it's ground beef?
No.
I'm sorry. That was really crappy.
I do like Bison.
I do like Bison, though, too. 5-2 as that's going to fall out the back. Really close from Tilford. 5-3 now is up to serve. Comes Alexis Quint, and checking now in comes Graceland Weimers. Now, excuse me, didn't cut you off. There's strong front line now for the Bison.
Yeah, and the Dogs got to match that front line and keep this little pad here.
The set now to the far side, as that's going to go out the back from Nikki Madison again. Having these last two sets a really tough time in terms of letting it get in. Oh, wait a second. I was going to say,
confusion.
A little confusion on where the ball is going to go. 5-4 as back up comes Alexis Quint. Strong one to Purdy, who sets it. And now Purdy just has to push it on over, following the defense. Myers towards the near side to Hahn. Good save from Grace Ryland. And now Purdy rolls into it again.
Holy cow.
Man, good heavens, when Carly Purdy leans into it and winds that arm back, make way, move out the way, people. It's a scary sight coming down the lane.
Yeah, it gets there. The set was good. The timing was good. And that's a big kill for Carly Purdy.
Trinity Vac now checks in. Bulldogs up 6-4 here in set number 4. They lead 2-1 in terms of total sets. Back, another strong serve to Rippon in the back line. The set towards the far side to Hahn, who spikes it into the netting. 7-4. Back to a little bit of the misplay on the Bison side in terms of they're putting up the mistakes.
Right. Swappage.
You can kind of see that maybe that little push at the end of set number 3 was a blessing for the Bulldogs.
Carried over.
As Trinity Vac gets an ace. It's now 8-4, and you want to talk about it, that was able, that momentum, even though they still lost, really put them back in this game.
Yep, definitely. I think you're right. I think the momentum came with them, even though they fell in the set.
That one, though, right into the netting from Trinity Vac. It's 8-5 now. As checking in now comes Ashlyn Randall to serve, and out goes Tori Hahn. So a little bit of a smaller front line for the McCook Bisons. They, though, trail by 3. The set from Vac to Purdy, and it's Purdy good. Again, it's been the Carly Purdy show here in set number 4. She's really been all over it now. 9-5 advantage for the Bulldogs.
Coming quick and not letting that Bison block get established, and there's not a challenge, likely a kill for Carly Purdy.
So Carly Purdy now comes up to serve for the side of the Bulldogs. Gets over to Joy Rippon, Myers, and now Joy Rippon just has to roll spike it over. Ryland, Purdy, and now just getting it over is Euling. Set towards the middle. Rippon will get it in for a point as Corey Rippon with the nice little quick attack spawns a point for the Bison.
Yep, it's placed it where if Trinity Vac was going to get it, she was going to have to earn it. And a point for the Bison.
9-6 as Corey Rippon back to serve. Nice light one back to Carly Purdy. The set towards the far side to Belgum. Ooh, good save, though, from Randall. And now Joy Rippon gets it over. Tip at the front from Euling, and that just killed all the momentum. It'll fall in for another Bison point, 9-7. Momentum swinging back inside for McCook as they trail by 2 now. To Ryland in the backside. Vac to Madison, who skies it, and it's going to be a good saving grace as Corey Rippon has it just bounce off her arm. 10-7.
Yeah, and a good job there by Mickey. The set pushed out too far on the back set, but Mickey able to bring it back in using that strength.
Mickey Madison now up to serve. Doesn't want to sky it out the back like she did last time. Good setup that time for Randall to keep it. And now surprise, but there's Izzy Belgum. And now to Euling. We'll find that soft spot, but no good points-wise for the Bulldogs. As now Tilford. Oh, good save, though, from JC Myers. Good back and forth at the moment. Far side. Belgum has it blocked off
nice shot
of a player on the Bison side. 11-7. Good, clean back and forth, resulting in a Bulldog point.
White cherry, Slurpee.
White cherry is what you chose?
I like white cherry.
Interesting, white cherry.
Coke. I like Coke.
Well, I mean, who doesn't like a Slurpee? Madison, another strong second serve, gets to Randall in the back line. Myers, now to J.C. Rippon. Oh, boy. Good save from Euling. Now Joy Rippon again fires, but Purdy there defensively. Now Euling rolls spikes it on over. Now the Bison will look to set up for a point as, really tough contest coming in from Alex Quint. Wasn't ready. And now Belgum, light tip, and it's going to fall in for a point. Would you look at that, Scott Carlson?
Nice little play by Izzy Belgum there. A little hook shot.
And a timeout now taken on the side of the Bison. Bulldogs lead by 5, 12-7. We come back. More action here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Want your business recognized where tens of thousands will see? The DNN Event Center is going digital. Become a valued sponsor of their nonprofit facility at gold, platinum, or diamond level, and have your business appear on one of their new media screens today. The DNN is a locally owned nonprofit and the biggest event center in the western part of Nebraska, providing youth sports leagues for 3rd through 6th graders, able to host statewide sporting tournaments, space up to 70 pool tables, annual events, weddings, private celebrations, and very fundraiser friendly. The DNN Event Center.
North Platte Post Sports.
Work to the dog. Passes a point fall in the way of the Bulldogs. 13-7 now. They've really been in firm control set number 4, reestablishing that momentum they had in sets 1 and 2. Just looking like set 3 was an anomaly. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I agree, Paxton. Hopefully it stays that way.
That's what you want. The set towards Joy Rippin as Purdy, reflection not going to be enough as it reflected off of, bounced off of her arm for a point towards the Bisons, 13-8. As now serving up now is Graceland Weimers. Really, now it comes to that middle part of the set where the Bulldogs will look to separate as Purdy with the outreaching dive. And now Tilford roll spikes it over. No good. That's a point toward the Bison, 13-9 now.
Yeah, it's a little chaotic there on the Bulldogs side.
That's what it was, as Carly Purdy was on the floor, so Tilford had to try and avoid her. Couldn't get as close as she wanted to the net. Because of that, bounced it right off for a 4-hit violation. Getting on over to Ewing now. The set from Vac towards Ewing, tipping it, and it's going to fall in for a point. Miscommunication on the Bison side between Weimers as well, I believe, as Bailey Foster. And with that, 14-9 now, with Abby Kamensky serving. Kaylee Brocious also now checking in. Bulldogs lead in terms of total sets 2-1, and then a 14-9 set advantage. Almost falls in for an ace on that serve. Now Joy Rippin blasts it off the arm of Kylie Tilford and Brocious. It's now back down to a 4-point advantage, 14-10.
Brian Block, who's still kind of moving to the right side, and Rippin just using her strength to take advantage of that.
Myers to serve, and you would still favor, though, the Bulldogs in this back and forth as they have a 4-point advantage, as Purdy will receive it low towards the Belcom, who absolutely on fire these last two sets. Had a rough set number 2 going into 3, but has bounced back with a big kill. It's 15-10. And now here comes Hallie Hamilton, the scary libero who has been on fire from the service line. A powerful one that's going to not be saved on the side. An ace for Hallie Hamilton. Scott, she has to be over 10 at this point in terms of her aces tonight.
I'd like to see that.
Absolutely killer. 16-10 now. It's ballooned up to a 6-point advantage. Here comes the strong serve from Hamilton. Light one's going to fall in. She changed it up. Normally she's going for the power. Sneaked in a light one. That's her second straight ace. It's now 17-10 in favor of North Platte. Hamilton gets the okay from the ref. Here comes her next one. Almost falling in, and it will fall in.
All right. She's
good. That's her 4th ace in a row.
Right.
My good heavens. Hallie Hamilton. What kind of
zone?
Yeah, she is absolutely in the zone tonight. Absolutely muy en fuego is Hallie Hamilton. And I say that she could have made it 5, but a strong run for the Bulldogs to separate to be up 7 now, following the 4 straight aces from Hallie Hamilton. As up to serve now comes Joy Rippin. And that one, though, lightly going to fall in. That's a point for the Dogs. Another unforced error from the Bison side, and North Platte will say thank you very much and now take on over.
Let's go. Kylie's had a pretty good night from the service line, too.
It's like a 3 rotation of Kamensky into Hamilton, then into Tilford. That's been so deadly for the Dogs.
Whoa.
Almost another ace as it almost fell, but good from Joy Rippin to save it. Hamilton 2 now, Purdy, and it's Purdy good.
Hello.
20-11. Hello, wake on up, everybody. Bulldogs are back, and a timeout is taken. Scott Carlson, I talked about it earlier and said, it's kind of like a Vietnam flashback to the Hastings game where the Bulldogs just absolutely fell apart in set number 3.
Yeah.
Able to battle back. How actually important do you really now see that bounce back towards the end of set 3 coming into this set?
Man, I tell you, I think it was huge because I think they were able to take that momentum even with the loss of the set and carry it over into this one. And that's tough to do. Bulldogs did it.
And they did it successfully. Now up 9, 20-11. Really being able to get all that they want They really adjusted their offense much better. We talked about how in set number 3, they were just getting everything blocked at the point of attack from the towering defense of Corey Rippon, as well as Grace Weimers and Alexis Quint. They were able to get around that here in set 4 and now be up 9. With Kylie Tilford up to serve again. Tilford with a strong one to the back line to Faber. Myers is set towards the far side. Hahn has to really shove it across, but picked up by Tilford. Whoa, as Brocious was going to go towards Brocious, but way outside. And now Rippon just sets it up.
Nice shot.
And with that, stuffing it down, 20-12, and you can kind of attribute that to just, unfortunately for the Bulldogs, not setting their offense up properly.
Right, yeah, just making it too easy for McCook on that one.
Alexis Quint up to serve on the slapper over to Grace Ryland. This set, quick to Purdy. My gosh, it was a quick 1-2-3 in terms of hits, and it works in favor for North Platte with Carly Purdy getting the point.
That's where I'm looking if I need a side out.
21-12, another kill for Purdy, and up comes Trinity Vac to serve. Another strong server for the Bulldogs. Looking to close this game out, up 2-1. Strong from Vac to the back line to Joy Rippon. Oh, a really odd set that's being pushed over, but Carly Purdy's there to easily set it up. Here she comes, Purdy! What a great save from Favers, and then an awkward set as they get it on over, though, the Bison were. Towards the middle attack, Purdy winds up. And good block, though, from the big front line. And now Euling has it tipped, and it falls in for a North Platte point.
Right, got a little help off the Bison block there as that killed that ball a little bit and dropped it right in front of Joy Rippon.
And that's, again, that's now falling in the side of the Bison where that struggle is, that all that momentum killer. Is that good serve coming in? Picked up by Hahn, though, and then Rippon doesn't get all of it, and it's going to be saved by Favers, and now just back and forth action. Vac to Madison, has it blocked, though, up front. That was just not a really good set coming in from Trinity Vac, not her best one. Gets it stuffed at the point of attack. That's a point towards the Bison.
That tight set made that block pretty easy, more of a joust.
22-13 as up comes Randall serve.
Oh my.
Another one into the net. Unforced errors costing the Bison. Now 2 points away for the Dogs to pick up the big game victory. Carly Purdy, and who couldn't it be better than to come up and serve than Carly Purdy to end this game with a high note. Picked up, though, by Joy Rippon. Myers to Corey Rippon. It's going to teeter along the line and be saved by Belgum. Oh, but Izzy Belgum fell over the middle line. And with that, a point towards the Bison, 23-14. As Corey Rippon now serving on the side of the Bison. Back over to Ryland. Vac to the middle. Belgum! It's going to fall in again. Izzy Belgum just makes it look so effortless out there. 24-14, and now we're down to set and match point. 24-14, the Bulldogs all over the Bison with Mickey Madison here on senior night looking to serve and get the victory. Good serve over to Randall. Myers is set to the middle. Weimers sneaks it, though, in. That's a point going back the other way.
Come on now, put it away.
As up to serve comes Gracelyn Weimer. Weimer gets the okay from the ref. Lets it fly back over to Hamilton. The set. Far side, Tilford. It's in for a point. The Bulldogs pick up the huge victory over McCook in 4 sets. 25-16, 25-22. They fell in set number 3, 25-22, but pick up the victory in set number 4, 25-15. We'll step away. When we come back, it is time for our quick stop post game right here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Distinction is important. It helps you stand out from the rest. So why not establish yourself with exceptional personalization from Willow Creek Embroidery? Willow Creek Embroidery has moved to a new location with a bigger showroom and the same great service. No setup for new customers when ordering 12 or more apparel items. They can customize literally anything, and they are not just an embroidery shop. Promotional items, banners, cups, mugs, keychains, and even pens. Check out the new owner, Robert, and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys.
Flower Market Home at 506 North Dewey, right next to the Flower Market, is open and ready to offer you the same great customer service and shopping experience that the Flower Market has given you over the years. Flower Market Home has a variety of home items from kitchen utensils, dishes, cookware and towels, to bedding and sheets, bath towels, and they also carry home and holiday decor. Like Flower Market Home on Facebook so you don't miss their new items. Flower Market Home is open Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 6, and Saturday, 12 to 5.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back to the Doghouse. Bulldogs pick up the match victory over the McCook Bisons 25-16, 25-19. Fell in set number 3, 25-22, and then won in this one 25-15. Scott Carlson, I got to say, this was a really strong performance that I have to, on a senior night. What a great way to end the last home game of the season for the Bulldogs.
Yes, sir, Bob. What more could you ask for? Well, then maybe other than a 3-set sweep.
Of course.
That could have made it a little bit sweeter, but no, it was a great senior night for the Bulldogs and performed well for the large student section and the big hometown crowd. And I thought it was a fairly complete, with the exception of that
third
middle
set.
part of that third set. It was a pretty clean match.
It really was. And the Bulldogs, just overall, looking really strong coming out of this now home stretch towards the rush to district play, getting the 3-1 set victory over the McCook Bison. Scott, really, to me, the big thing was just defensively, they were looking so clean from start to finish. You know, again, if we get rid of that blemish in set number 3, that, I think, overall is another really strong, really clean game from this Bulldog squad.
Yeah, I agree, man. We saw a lot of the things that I think we talked about in the pregame show that Dogs need to work on that they obviously have and did better tonight. So I guess towards the tail end of the season, the time to start clicking.
That's what it is, and you couldn't ask for a better time, peaking at the right time. But it is time now for our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game, Scott Carlson.
Man, I'll tell you what, I think I know who it is.
Oh, you know who it is.
I'm not only going to guess. I think it's Izzy Pelgam.
Oh, I like that. I could agree with you.
To me, she's kind of the sleeper. She's kind of the quiet one on the court. But, man, she plays big always. And she had a great night tonight.
She really did.
On it tonight.
And, well, yes, I would love to give it to
Hallie, I know. Hallie from the service line.
I'm giving it to all of the North Platte seniors in today's game.
Gosh.
They are our Ameriprise Financial Money
Moral
Players
victories
of the game.
110% they gave.
But really, every single senior really had a standout moment in this game.
Yeah.
Of course, led by, as you said, Hallie Hamilton from the service line. Had to be over 10 aces in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Hallie was a game changer from the service line. And, even though, like we've said, they lost that third set, her serve at the end, service run at the end is what
bounced back.
Won this fourth set for the Bulldogs.
It did, and with that, they take down the McCook Bison and now improve to 8-22 on the year, 6-19 for the Bison. Hey, that'll do it. That was our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. When money matters, talk to Marshall Doty and Mark Tillman, Ameriprise Financial Advisors in North Platte, Nebraska, about professional financial services. Ameriprise Financial Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. That'll do it here for the last home game of the year for the Bulldogs volleyball team. Next time you'll be seeing us is, I believe, next week for district play or the week after. I'm trying to remember our schedule for next week. I think it should be good. But we'll
be good either way.
We'll keep tuned, though, to our social media pages.
I'm popping up the calendar.
Oh, he's got the calendar right
here. So I'm seeing, Uh-oh. We're back in the doghouse.
We're Scott Carlson live.
I mean, according to this, we're back in the doghouse on Tuesday for the big Ogallala rivalry.
Ooh.
The Indians.
The Indians. So
that's what I'm seeing on Tuesday.
Stay tuned for that.
I'm thinking we're here for that 6:45.
Of course,
6:50 pregame show.
6:50 pregame.
Then Wednesday. I don't know about that. There's some nights volleyball on the road. I don't know if that's on the broadcast schedule or not. And then, of course, we'll be I believe we'll be on the road, or we're
nope,
at home.
We are home for the
double
last
back-to-back homes?
Yes, we're ending on our...
What the heck, man?
I know.
How did we get so lucky?
We're so lucky. We'll be ending up back home, Papillion La Vista, for the final game for football next week.
I apologize for cussing at you in my mind for not knowing the difference between versus and at.
You think I may be new here, but I think got the tricks.
I think Chris put him in.
Let's don't play poor Chris. Don't play poor Chris.
No, it's fine. She was right. I just assumed she was wrong.
Yeah, so
because I thought it was you. So
that's true. So we'll see you tomorrow for a quick stop pregame at 6:30. Norfolk comes in to take on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs above 500 for the first time all season on a 2-game winning streak after defeating Lincoln Northeast last Friday. Look to ride that wave towards playoff play. We'll see you all then tomorrow again on our quick stop pregame at 6:30. Scott Carlson and myself, and of course Carl, will be down there at Bauer Field to have some Bulldog football. We'll see you again tomorrow when we come back. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming as always, NorthPlattePost.com.
With lots of new and pre-owned vehicles, Premier Toyota just south of I-80 in North Platte is ready to help you get into the ride you've been dreaming of. Whether you want to buy or lease,